Hello and welcome to CEO.CA. My name is James Petham, and today I'm joined by Evan Gappelberg, CEO of ARway. Evan, it's great to see you.
Great to be back with you again, James.
So, there's some exciting news that we're going to talk about today, but I think before we get into the launch of the Apple Vision Pro and what that means for ARway, maybe we can do just a quick recap. Give us an overview of the business model for ARway and the technology you're developing.
Sure. So we're doing pioneering work, James. We've been at this now for really about 5 years. We've spent north of $50 million building technology. And what we have is the next generation platform, which is ARway, a spatial computing platform. It really is something quite special. It offers an enormous array of augmented reality experiences within indoor spaces. It's persistent experiences that count here. And of course, the spatial computing platform works really well with Apple's Vision Pro, the spatial computing device. We just came back from a conference. Actually, last night I flew in from Utah, where we presented to technology leaders from SAP, IBM, Oracle, Salesforce, Adobe, and others at this Rain Focus concert. I was actually up on stage, presenting, and everybody said the same thing, James. Indoor augmented reality navigation is the next big thing, and that's what ARway does really well. Not just indoor navigation, but that is a big pain point at events, at hospitals, at universities, at corporate campuses, at construction sites. I mean, think about being able to have your own navigation platform where you can essentially create routes. Think of Google Maps, except you're actually in control of the pathways, and using augmented reality, which is really the secret sauce, is what makes this very immersive and actually quite enjoyable, and even I would go so far as to say, James, a little bit addictive.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting area of technology that we're seeing a lot of growth in. And I think just from my own experience, I was at a conference last week, and it certainly would have helped me if I'd had, some wayfinding capabilities like the ones that ARway is developing. So let's talk about the big news today, February 2nd, the long anticipated launch of the Apple Vision Pro. This is going to be a huge technology, and we're seeing a lot of excitement around it in the markets. What does this mean for ARway? How will your technology be used on their platforms? And can you give us a sense of maybe what the future holds for this type of technology and ARway?
Yeah, so it means a lot, James. Apple is the market leader when it comes to consumer devices. Apple definitely moves markets and moves budgets. So we're seeing a dramatic increase in inbound interest in the spatial computing platform, which is ARway, because Apple's Vision Pro is a spatial computing device. It really is the first spatial computing device that I think is for the consumer market. There's a few of them out there like HoloLens and Magic Leap that were primarily geared towards enterprise, but this really is geared towards the consumer. And there's been an enormous amount of positive feedback. I was just reading that James Cameron, the director of Avatar, Titanic, Terminator, he said that his first encounter with the Vision Pro, he was very skeptical at first, as a lot of people might be with something new. He said, "I don't bow down before the great God of Apple," but I was really blown away. And that's coming from a guy who is at the top of his game. And when you think about ARway, ARway is the platform that allows you to create experiences within that spatial computing device. So if you're wearing the Apple Vision Pro and you have the augmented reality navigation. You'll have a hands-free experience where today ARway works really well, and we're part of the Apple ecosystem today. We're in the Apple App Store, and so it's already there. It's part of Apple's ecosystem today on the phone, and also Google. So it's iOS and Android. But now with this new device, it's going to create new demand, and we really don't see this stopping. We see this as next generation technology that's going to continue for quite some time. Now, to speak to the business model, we have about 5,000 users that have created spatial maps. That might be the largest in the industry today because this is so early. So we have like 5,000 spatial maps out there in the world, and those users are creating experiences and testing out the platform. Once the light bulb goes off, they contact us, and they sign up for our developer program, which is basically a starter program where they're paying $249 and then $99 a month. So that's a SaaS kind of business model. And then as they continue to use it and they develop their own use cases, again, universities or malls or car rental companies, they then ask us for pricing for enterprise rollout, and that ranges, anywhere from $10,000 annually to over $1 million. It depends on the square footage of the space, and we have a number of customers that have gone through this process. One big one is Localiza, which is the largest car rental company in South America. They have over 500 airport kiosks, and they're basically trying to use ARway, and right now it's in market at one of their kiosks to navigate the passengers from the car rental spot to the actual car. And that's a big pain point for people. And so, there's more and more use cases that are continuously popping up. And we see really nothing but blue sky growth opportunities, James.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot of interesting applications, and really going to be fueled by the coming adoption of this technology, which, like you say, Apple does have that ability to move markets. And I think ARway, perhaps well poised at this point to capitalize on that trend, having this technology developed prior to the launch of Apple pushing their own products out. Definitely going to be an interesting road ahead, and looking forward to keeping an eye on the story. Just maybe, could you give us a sense of some of the work that's been going on behind the scenes over the last couple of months at ARway? Any interesting updates to the platform, any key partners that you've brought in? What work is being done aside from preparing for the launch of the Apple Vision Pro?
Yeah, we've been in market, James, for the last year, and we've developed our SDK, the software development kit, where you could basically take our SDK and put it into your application, right? So it's not about our app, it's your app. And so we keep on enhancing that SDK's capabilities using AI. AI is now a big part of the platform. We take, floor plans that's brought into our studio, and then the AI essentially auto populates and sizes that map. And there's a lot of tech that's being built into this platform. It's a breakthrough technology where there's no coding. Like you don't need to be a coder, James. You can use the platform and create a map and an experience. There's no beacons, which means there's no hardware to set up. It's easy to create navigation, tours, notifications, advertising, gamification. It works with any type of gaming. So you could just use it for gaming if you wanted to. It doesn't actually have to be. So think of Pokemon Go, but it's way more useful because it's not just a game. And so we've been optimizing the technology for mobile devices for the past year, but also for augmented reality glasses. As you know, again, Apple's Vision Pro is a big one, but not the only one. There's also Magic Leap and Microsoft's HoloLens. So there's really an unlimited amount of use cases for ARway, augmenting physical spaces and making it valuable for creators, for brands and companies in various industries. And it really is a global phenomenon, James. We're seeing demand from all over the world. We recently announced a deal with a group out of Saudi Arabia. As mentioned, Localiza, they're in South America. There are deals we're going to be announcing out of Sweden, Canada. There are deals popping up, and these are enterprise. These are big boys, meaning this is not mom and pops. And so this is being adopted. The demand is there. Everybody's looking for the solution, which is, music to my ears. Because when you start something like this and you do all the hard pioneering work, you're never really sure when or if the buyer is going to show up to the party. So when we launched this in October of 2022, that was way before Apple's Vision Pro, right? Apple's Vision Pro, is coming out now. So that's almost a year and a half early. So we've been seeding the market, waiting for the Vision Pro, and this really is the launch of the industry that we've purposely built ARway for. So it's a quite exciting time, James. And I would just say to our investors, it's a unique opportunity to invest in a ground floor, next generation technology with ARway. There's only 27 million shares outstanding. I think the market cap right now, James, the stock's trading, I think, around 80 cents Canadian. So if you do the math, it's not even a $20 million market cap. And if you think about the opportunity we're talking about, it's many, many billions. And so we are the first to market. We are the only small cap pure play in spatial computing today. And it's just an exciting time for us to have a public company and something that investors can get excited about, James.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like you've been pioneering this space for a long time, and finally a big buyer has shown up to the party with Apple, and it seems like that party is just getting started. So looking forward to more to come from ARway this year. Thank you so much, Evan.
Thank you, James.